So here is the this is the original costume design that I did for Adam Bomb. This is not the only costume design that I did for Bryan. It was I did maybe I think three or four different concepts. This one was actually the one I did first and the one I liked the most, and it was kind of like one of the first costumes where they just said, "Go with it. Go with whatever you want to do. We don't have." They gave me a snapshot of his head, and so I had a headshot, but I had no idea. They did not say, we have a theme. Like with Razor Ramon, they had a theme. They said, "This is what this is the theme. You have to come up with the look." This particular, with Bryan, they just said, he's open to ideas. Let's go with, just a bunch of let's try a bunch of different ideas and concepts, and we'll see what Vince, likes. So the nuclear thing is, I mean, you could, it's pretty evident that it's comic book. It's very comic book related. And I thought it would be really cool to, do the goggles and the gloves, the whole thing, and a lot of nuclear symbols. He had the atoms on his knee pads, the atomic symbol on his chest, and I added the spikes to it to kind of make it a little bit more unique. But I think I did a mercenary concept for him. I did like a medieval knight. My boss did a ringmaster, and when it came down to it, my boss showed, I believe, Bryan, Adam Bomb, and the ringmaster, and let him choose which one he wanted. Vince liked them both, and Bryan looked at it and he chose Adam Bomb. I didn't come up with the name Adam Bomb. I'm not exactly sure who did, but it was just the look. So after the costume got chosen, the process is they send it off to the costume girls in Chicago, and the seamstresses make the costume. It comes back, the wrestler wears it, and then comes out for his debut. And you have no idea if they're going to nail it, or if there's or if there's going to be some sort of like visual discrepancy between my vision and theirs. Adam Bomb, hands down, out of all the costumes that I designed, was on the money. I mean, when he came out, there was a lot of costumes when they came out. I just was like, oh God, no, please, like, I can't believe it. This is what, has become of, it looked good on paper and then didn't translate really well to real life. Adam Bomb, when he came out, I was like, wow, they nailed it. And not only that, I mean, I have to, you have to give a lot of credit to the fact that Bryan was built like a freaking comic book character, so, he came out, and it was just, I thought, a really impressive first impression, especially for me. And I would imagine that the fans felt the same way. It was, and actually another little tidbit was, with that costume, when we designed a costume, we were responsible, and I actually didn't know this at the time, but when we were responsible from the time the costume was created on paper till the time the wrestler walked out on stage. So if there was certain props or some sort of like costume elements that we drew, we were responsible to make that happen. So we had to be very conscious of impossibilities. So if something was too expensive to produce, or if something was too time consuming, that had to be taken into consideration. So Bryan, with the Adam Bomb costume, they came to me and they said, okay, it's a go. The girls are making the are making the singlet, you have to come up with the goggles and the gloves. And that's when, and I was like, oh, geez, okay, I've never dealt with props before, but I went out, found like these electrician goggles, and got a pair of like the big rubber latex kind of electrician gloves, and I cut them up. I got a yellow pair, a black pair, cut them up, got grommets, and grommeted the yellow to the black, and the goggles I hand painted. And I actually went to the merchandise department, where they had all the stuff that you saw in the center of the magazine, where you can order a pair of you can order T-shirts and all that kind of stuff. Well, I went up and I got a pair of Bret Hart's novelty goggles that you can, and they were just pretty much Mylar plastic. And I was like, they're perfect. And I took one of the lenses out of the electrician goggles, and I sliced the circle, and then just used Bret Hart's Mylar for the inside of Adam Bomb's goggles for that reflective, because you don't want to see his eyes. It would, it created more of a mystique. So that worked out really well. And I just found that Bryan told me, he's like, make sure, he's like, I love that rose-colored lenses. And I just told him like last week that they were Bret Hart's cut up novelty glasses. He's having a revival also of interest, and coming out with all new merchandise and new action figure and all this stuff. He contacted me, and we are working together. And right under my laptop on my desk here is a new painting that I'm doing for Bryan. I'll let him do the reveal, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's been great working with him, and it was just neat that of all the wrestlers that contacted me through this Facebook and Reddit, postings, it happened to be one of my favorite costumes that I designed. So, and Bryan, back in the day, I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with him, but I did meet him at his debut, and he was a super cool guy. I had some bad experiences with some wrestlers, and he was not one of them. He was extremely cool. And when someone's good to me, I try my best to be reciprocal. And so it's coming full circle, and it's pretty, really exciting. Can't wait to finish this painting and let him do the big reveal.